Hey, we got Tenzo. What's up, buddy? You know what's funny? So I went to a guitar shop today. It's pretty cool. So it's a guitar shop I actually saw for like years, years. I'm not gonna say which one, 'cause it's a well-known one. But I went to it, and I got to check it out, and I was like, no way, this is like a real, like, obviously you see stores all over online, and they're like singular locations. Like, for example, I'll give you an example. Chicago Music Exchange. That's one of my favorite stores I've been to. And I went to another one today, and I got to play the guitar I was looking at, and I liked it, but I wasn't in love with it. I liked everything but the neck. So I was like, if I buy this, I'm gonna have to replace the neck. So, what I think I'm gonna do here. Hold on, let me move this camera a little bit. There we go. That should be okay. Yeah, I went to a guitar shop and I checked it out, and yeah, it's got a great body to it. It sounds good. The bridge is actually pretty good. They did some stuff to it, and I was very happy with it. Which guitar was it? It was the here. Let me pull it up. It was the Jaguar I was talking about the other day. So let me pull this up. Pull it up on the thing right here. Window capture, Microsoft Edge. Here we go. I'll pull it up. Pull that down. Professional Jaguar. Let me see here. Here we go. It was this Fire Mist Gold. Where is it? Dude, Bing is like the worst search system in the world. Where is it? Come on, show it, show it. I'll pull it up. CM says, do you have a favorite Nirvana song? Not really. I like a lot of them. I wouldn't say I have a favorite necessarily. Dude, this is the worst. There it is. It pulled right up, right there. Why isn't the images on being good? So yeah, I got to play this today. I was very happy about it. Oh, is that the only one? They don't show the other colors? Oh, this is Z-Sounds. That's why. Okay, there we go. Oh, they only got the two colors? Pfft, see ya. Sucks to suck, nerd. Let's see here. Here it is. Pulled it up. The Fire Mist Gold, they had one at the shop I went to, and I was really happy about that. I got to play it, but the neck wasn't as good as it has almost like a very soft V shape to the neck. So I wasn't really happy about that. It wasn't bad. It probably is great. It's probably great, but it also wasn't set up perfectly well. It's a beautiful guitar, absolutely beautiful. That's not even a good picture of it, to be honest. Yeah, it's more silver. This looks almost like a tan, like a sand color. Or I'm sorry, it looks more gold in real life. So let's see if we can find a better picture. Sweetwater probably takes the best pictures in the business. There it is. Yeah, see how much of a better color that is? You can see it's metallic right there. Oh, it's a gorgeous color. Absolutely, I adore this. I adore this guitar. I got to play it today. But yeah, there's some things I didn't realize about it. Obviously, you got to live with a guitar to really take a account. But yeah, if you don't know anything about guitars, this one is better set up. I can tell just by looking. So yeah, the one they had, they must have just got, and they didn't realize it needed a setup. But yeah, this one plays better than that, and I paid $600 less. But I do want that color really bad, so I'm gonna wait for a used one. Probably get a used one for like $1,200, $1,300. That's probably the move to get that for a little bit cheaper. Yeah, the metallic color. I really like metallic colors. Really, really a big fan of that. Yeah, with Jaguars, for some reason, I think it's because there's so much room. There's so much room for the color to kind of show. Whereas on like a Strat, there's some room. You get all this, yes. Maybe there's a little more room. I'm not sure. Maybe with your arm, but I don't know. Just Jaguars with a metallic color looks so good. I think they'd look fantastic. But yeah, that Fire Mist Gold is so good. Really, really big fan of that. But I got to play it. And that was really nice. I had a really good time with that. Yeah. But, I mean, as far as buying it goes, I'm definitely going to have to wait. It's probably going to be about 6 months to a year before I can, like, see a used one. And then maybe I'll jump on that one and replace the neck. Can I play any Stevie Ray Vaughan licks? Nah. I like Stevie Ray Vaughan. Not enough to learn any of his music, though. Yeah, he's good, but I don't really feel like playing anything from him, to be honest. Yeah, but yeah. Halifax says, "Is this a new channel?" Yeah, I have a second channel. This is the second channel. So on my main channel, I play music, and I don't really talk to people as much. I kind of just hang out, and I play music, and I do requests and things like that. But there's not really a lot of time to talk to people, so it's really rough. With this channel, I get to talk to people and get to share my opinion about things. Because, like, let me put it this way. If you're like a cook in a kitchen and somebody's trying to talk to you, you're like, no, I can't talk. I have to make 45 macaronis. I have to make 65 macaroni and cheese. You know what I mean? It's kind of how it works. So there's a ton of people out there that ask me to play music the entire time, which is really funny. Yeah, I was going to say. Yeah, hold on. Let me make sure I put no requests. Yeah, put no requests. Yeah, let me put that in there. There we go. There we go. CM says I'm hungry for cheese now. That's funny. But no, I got to play the guitar. It is really important to play the guitars you really, really want to check out because, like I said, the neck was just so different from this one, and I was like very not impressed with it. It was okay. Yamaha says, Pat, what is the most important takeaway that us following along should have while your story goes on? Like, what do you want to be known for most? Music. Music, for sure. It's a bit of an odd kind of situation being a YouTube musician or somebody that plays music online because, hold on, let me move my camera a little bit. There we go. A little bit better. Yeah, being a musician on YouTube kind of implies that you're a YouTuber. And it's like, yes and no. Because let me put it this way. If a lot of artists way back in the day, if they started where they started, and I mean like actually, suburban life or, growing up in like a neighborhood, things like that, not well off. A lot of musicians kind of, they break through because of record labels, people spotting them, them trying out for record labels. So when people now, I'll give you a great example. People now, they get seen based off of like viral videos and things like that. There's a guy that I was watching on TikTok for a second. I don't usually watch TikTok, but it was on there. And he was basically talking about how he got a record deal. He got a offer like $20,000 allegedly to play a song he wrote, and people really liked it. But what ended up happening is somebody covered his song, and they liked the cover better, so they were trying to split it somehow. And he was like, dude, I can't do that. But again, they found him based off of TikTok. So they didn't go to a show of his. They didn't go to his band. They didn't go to, his house or anything like that. They sent him an email basically, and they were like, hey, we really like your song. Can you let us like produce it and do all this other stuff? So that's kind of how that works now. So, I mean, I want to be known as a musician first and foremost. One of the worst things, and again, it's not like terrible. It's not like, oh God, can you be more annoying? But somebody once said, "You're my favorite guitar influencer," and I was like, "Oh man, I don't want to be known as that. That sucks, dude." And I'll tell you why. It's because the term influencer, to me, if you ask me, a influencer is somebody who's basically just a giant advertiser. You know, they're just somebody who gives their opinion about something, sure, which is kind of what this is. But I mean, this is just so I could talk to you guys. You know, this is not me trying to sell stuff. You know, this is more of the personal channel where I can chat about things. But yeah, being known as an influencer instead of a musician, brutal, absolutely brutal. And I get it. Like on one hand, it's like that's kind of what people talk about, like people that are in media. You know what I mean? You know, you wouldn't say you're my favorite chef. A lot of people would say you're my favorite food YouTuber or food tuber, and it's like, oh, that's lame. I get it though. I get it. So, see, Colton says that's how I discovered holy water, just YouTube Shorts. Yeah, exactly, dude. That's a legitimate thing. Like, there's a couple. I'll give you guys a kind of an insight. There's a couple bands that I follow, not because I like their music at all, not to like completely like transparent. I don't like their music at all, but they have a solid marketing strategy. I mean, absolutely ironclad, where they just make shorts, they make videos every single day, and they just have nothing to do with their music. But what they do is they put their music in the video, and they get a lot of people saying, "I like the song. What's the song?" And it's like, that's how you get people to listen to your music now. Isn't that crazy? You don't play shows as much. You don't go to a bar. You don't go to anything like that. You watch a video of Mr. Bean, like shooting a light bulb to turn it off, and then you put your music behind it. That's what a lot of people do, and it's crazy how that works. And I'm not going to say who does that or whatever, but there's a lot of people that do that. It's terrible. I mean, it's not bad, like awful, but like it's terrible that like that's kind of how people listen to music. And to be fair, it's like if you find a good band that you like, then cool. However you find it's however you find it. Like I first listened to Nirvana. This is 100% true. The first time I listened to Nirvana was a ringtone when I was like 14 or 15 years old. Swear to God, that's true. First time I sat down and was like, "What is this?" I was looking at ringtones off of like a website called 3G for Free. It was like just so you could download ringtones to your phone. And I remember finding, and I swear to God, this is true. I was like listening to some ringtones, and there's one ringtone that went. And I was like, whoa, that is so cool. What is this? And that's how I figured it out. So you can't choose how you like fall in love with something, but at the same time, it's like, some things are less romantic, if that makes sense. So Zoe says, I started listening to Nirvana because apparently me and Kurt have the same personality type. Oh, really? How does that work? What, did you take like a personality test or something? You take the, what's that? The IMDb? Not IMDb. What's the one with the 4 letters? Is that what you did? You took a, God, what's the name of the personality quiz that everybody uses? Higgs, what was it again? Oh my God, there's a really popular one. It's like 2 people's last name. What is it? You know what I'm Myers-Briggs. Yeah. Just to be clear, I used to go to school for psychology for a bit. Those are kind of out of date. When I say kind, I mean like they're not really that accurate. Just so you know, like those are made by 2 people that weren't like really involved in psychology, and they explain stuff, but it's not great. It's not a great experience. But that being said, I mean, if you get an idea for it, it's not like it's a bad thing. But just so you know, it's not accurate. That's like it's if you'd brought that up to like in psychology, they'd be like, "Why don't you read a horoscope?" And they'd be like, "Oh, it's pretty brutal." But yeah, there's other things out there that are more accurate because I won't get into it. But anyways. But yeah, was it? Ayla says, "Which member of Nirvana are you?" That's a really fun one. Everybody. I think it's really funny that people kind of go like, "Who's your favorite member of Nirvana?" It's like Chris is like the Ringo. Chris is like the Ringo. It's like you only like Ringo because you don't want to admit you like somebody else. It's really funny how that works. Apex says, "Hey, bro, do you know how the psychological effects of?" Oh yeah, you know what's funny? You know what's funny? Here, check this out, Apex. It says, "Ask me anything," right? You saw that? in the title? What are the next words? What are the next words in the title, Chief? Did you stop reading after those first 3 words? I think you did. You can always tell who reads, and they go, "Oh, ask him anything." Nah, dude, it's music, guitar, streaming, stuff like that, man. No, I know it's your fault. It's 100% your fault. You should learn how to read, dude. It's okay. I'm not mad at you, but it is really funny. That's like getting in line for like food, and then when you get to the front, you haven't read the menu. It's like, why? What have you been doing this entire time? CM says the new Foo Fighters single is good. I haven't listened to it. What is it? It sounds. They had like a teaser where they had like an AI generated video that was really funny. And they had like some song that sounded a lot like Ace of Spades. That was pretty cool. The Ace of Spades. Oh, I can't. That's right. You can't even sing that stuff on stream, or they'll get mad at you. Can you believe that? I actually got a little, not in trouble, but I got a little bit of trouble for what was it called? For singing some music on the show, barely playing it, not even playing a recording, just like playing along to something. Doing a cover is what I'm trying to say. Sorry, no request, buddy. Yeah, we're not really supposed to play copyrighted music on streams either. Not on this one, at least. Isn't that crazy? The what's it called? The algorithm can tell if you're just kind of covering something, even if there's no recording in the background. If I sing the words to a song, it'll catch it, and it'll be like, "Hey, you can't do that." Isn't that crazy? Does anybody stream in here? Who streams? If you stream, has anyone streamed before? Yeah, streaming is a really interesting kind of dynamic because it's like your own radio show essentially. It's your own television program, but it's really unregulated but strangely regulated. Does that make sense? Like there's a lot of people that do crazy things on stream, nothing happens, but if they can detect it, it's instantly. Yamaha says copyright is just a wall for free music production. What does that mean? What is that? I don't know what that means. CM says I don't have enough subs. How many subs do you need? 1,000? Cool kids never have the time. I'm getting close, man. 50? That's it? You need 50 to stream, dude? No way. It's got to be like 1,000, right? There's no way, dude. Here, I got to look that up. Because I know on TikTok it's like 800. But it's the hours that'll get you. If you don't have enough view hours, you can't get monetized and stuff like that. Big agriculture. To stream on YouTube. Let me try this. How many subscribers? To live stream, you need at least 50 subscribers if you are over the age of 17. If you are under 17, you need at least 1,000. Okay, interesting. Additionally, you must have no live streaming restrictions in the last 90 days. Okay, that's not what I asked, but all right. Yeah, so you need only 50. Yeah, on TikTok, you need like 800 or 600 or something. That's so weird. That is so weird. Oh, man, I did not know that. 50 is like nothing, dude. Like, not a joke. Like, you could just, I'm not saying to do this, but I'm sure there's like places on Reddit and like other websites where it's like, hey, can everybody subscribe to me so I can live stream? It was, fake. But I know if you want to get monetized, that's where it gets really difficult. If you want to get monetized, let's look at the monetization rules of YouTube. Let's see here. Eligibility requirements. You need 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers in the past year. So it's pretty brutal. Yeah, it's pretty brutal if you didn't know that. So 1,000, let me put it this way. 1,000 watch hours, so just a context, you'd have to make a video that's like an hour long, right? You need 1,000 people to watch it all the way through. And you're thinking, okay, that's not a big deal. Now, if you move the numbers around, right? If you move the numbers around, so let's make it half an hour long. You need 2,000 people to watch it. Or, I'm sorry, not 2,000, 8,000 people, right? Crazy. Yeah, it's 4,000 people to watch 1 hour of video. Let's see here. Chris says, there is one question I have about streams. Also, just so you guys know, this is a second channel for me. So, yeah, we got a... Yeah, so I got a main channel. This is the second channel. But Chris says, there is one question I have about streams. If comments drive engagement, why is spam so frowned upon? And would enough spam push a channel more? Well, YouTube is really clever, and they understand that spam isn't technically real, if that makes sense. They want genuine engagement. They want real people to watch. So if you think about gaming the system of like getting people to watch things and not pay attention to it or not subscribe or just post a bunch of spam comments, it's fake. You know what I mean? Like if you have, let me put it in this perspective. If you have a channel and it's just bots watching it, why would anybody care? You know what I mean? They want people to watch because they want advertisers to see that. So advertisers want people to watch because they want people to buy their product. So if you have bots watching, that makes the advertisers upset because they're wasting money. They think that there are people watching their ad. There's not. So it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. So you want reality. You don't want fake engagement. That's why, for example, on my main channel, my YouTube is far more successful than my TikTok because my TikTok has 75,000 followers, which is like cool. But people don't engage on TikTok. They kind of watch passively, whereas on YouTube, it's far more interactive and there are far more people that are really, really watching and paying attention. So like, I'll give you an example. In the first year I was streaming on TikTok, I gained like, was it 40,000, 50,000 people? But the problem was that most of those people didn't really watch. So it really didn't matter what the number was. The number could be anything. It could be 1 million. I know a guy. This is true. I know a guy who plays bass, and he's a big bass player on TikTok. And he has 1 million followers. He barely gets a couple thousand views on his videos. It's crazy. 1 million people follow him. So it's just like, what does it mean? What does it matter? Like, what is this? It's not real. I know another guy. He has like 500,000 subscribers. He's had 500,000 followers on TikTok. He's had that since I started. Now I have a couple 100,000, right? All the way through. Well, not a couple 100,000. I have over 100,000 all things together, which it's been growing up. But his channel has stayed at 500,000. He hasn't grown, which is weirdly suspicious because, like, wouldn't you lose people too? Because people delete accounts all the time. So anyways, so that's why you want real stuff. You don't want fake engagement because it's not real. You want people to watch your stuff. You want people to enjoy it. What good is fake stuff? You know what I mean? That's like saying, like fake food. You want fake insulin if you're a diabetic? It doesn't work. Makes sense. Yeah, there's a lot of bots right now. I hate to tell you this. It's going to get worse. It's going to get a lot worse. But hold on. Let's go to a website called Social Blade, which isn't super accurate, but it's accurate enough. Like it's good to get a guideline. So let me look up one of these guys. See if I can find him. See if where it says TikTok. Here we go. I'm going to see if I can hide this guy's information so that you guys don't see all of it. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. He's a nice guy, but the point I'm trying to make is that his stuff doesn't really resonate. So, okay, good. You can't really see it too much. But anyways, so you could see there should be a timeline. Let me just cut off. Let's just see if there's a cutoff. So it says he has 100,000 likes, blah, blah, blah. Who cares? Where's the bar? Okay, here we go. So monthly gained followers. This is for his entire career. Now, look, I want you to think about this. He gained 32,000 in the first like 6 months or something like that. So he's been streaming since 2022. So he had a bunch of subscribers, monthly total. Can we go to total? There we go. Look at this. Here we go. Perfect. Thank God they didn't put a paywall. So let me explain this. So he gained. Was this only that year? Oh, he must have been older than that too. So if you think about this, check this out. So he's gained a lot of subscribers, but right around, what was it? 2023, midway through, he kind of topped out, 475,000. He's barely grown. He's actually, he has lost. He's lost a couple people. I don't know why he hasn't noticed this. He has not grown in the past year and a half. Look at that. It's completely stagnant. So he had a rapid growth in the beginning. He had some steady growth since then, and then he just hasn't really paid attention to it. Pretty interesting, isn't that? So that's why you need real people. That's why you need to check this stuff. If you don't look at this stuff, you kind of forget. Yeah, he gets a lot of likes. He has 12 million likes, sure, but you can't pay for your college with likes. You can't pay for your car payment with likes. We got Marson, who says TikTok does not engage people. Correct, for the most part. Everybody's just scrolling. Yeah, it's very passive. It's very just like, oh, cool. Oh, cool. You know what I mean? Just, it doesn't really make sense. You don't get paid a lot, too, on TikTok. So if you get a viral video, you make like maybe $100, $500, $1,000 at the most. That's one video if you just like absolutely destroy it. So, but yeah, isn't that fascinating, though? This guy has been streaming for so long, and he has not caught on to the fact that he's not growing anymore. He's topped out for a year. Can you imagine? I want you guys to think about this for a second. Can you imagine, like, wanting to be like a weightlifter, right? To be like a super bodybuilder. And then you find out your chest, like you're not bench pressing anymore. You're not getting stronger after like 3 years. And you're like, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. What? Why? You've been doing this for a year. What is the point? You're just maintaining? I was like, okay, if you want to maintain, that's fine. But it just seems weird that you have all this growth and then you're not going to actually pay. Oh, wait, no, we can move the scroll bar. Cool. Oh, no, that is the max. Okay, never mind. But yeah, see what I mean, though? He's like barely fluctuating. Anyways, that's the point I'm trying to make here about streaming, is that it's very important to kind of reevaluate. So hold on, I'm going to close this, and I'm going to go look myself up. See if I got my thing going on. You know what I'm saying? There I am. Oh, this is going to be cool. All right, check this out. So again, this is not 100% accurate, but it's very accurate. So I started streaming in 2023. You can kind of see right there in November. And then you see a rapid growth. Pretty steady. And then right around 2024, October, so last year, almost to the day, look at that. That's funny. It just completely flatlined. And I saw that. And I went, okay, so this is not good. I don't like this. This is a bad thing. I don't want to be a part of this. So let me go check out the YouTube. Yeah, because I saw the writing on the walls. Like, this is a dead platform. There's no reason to be here. If I'm not getting paid, this is a stupid thing to do. So why am I not pulling up? This is weird. Where's my YouTube? There I am. Okay, cool. There we go. Okay, cool. Now we can look at this. Whereas around the same time, if you look at this, whoops, YouTube has grown. So when I noticed in October, TikTok has like stagnated. The monthly sub count for my YouTube is absolutely grown, and this is gained. So let's look at total. Look at that! It went from nothing to we're at 23,000, 20 something like that, right? So look at that. Complete and total, what's it called? Not inverse, but it makes perfect sense. All right, let's go back to TikTok. I'll show you. We'll put them side by side. Why I left this stupid TikTok app. Isn't that interesting? It's fascinating. Fascinating. There I am. Okay, cool. So you can see that. So again, it was already topped out in October. Like I stopped growing. I don't know why. It was this huge growth. And then right around here, it was like, okay, you're not going to grow anymore. And I was like, screw this. I'm out of here. And I left. And this has been, there's no plateau. So that's what you don't want. If you are trying to grow as a musician, if you're trying to grow as a business, if you are plateauing, that is a sign of death. That is a sign of like failure. That is a sign of you're going to shrink. Because if you're not making money, you're spending money, right? If you're not growing as a company, you are failing as a company. And you don't have to grow exponentially, you know? You don't have to grow an amazing amount. You just have to keep growing. You know, it's just like being alive. You know what I mean? If you're not getting stronger, if you just want to do maintenance, sure, you can do that. But if you're getting weaker, then it's like, all right, maybe it's time to do something else. So anyways, I just wanted to talk about that. So again, you can see there that if other people kind of took that advice of like when something starts to fail, that's when you should kind of like figure out what to do, figure out something else to do. Don't be married to one kind of topic. You're breeding weakness if you're specializing. So anyways, all right, I just wanted to talk about that. Any other questions? Sorry, I'm kind of just rambling on. Ramble on! I can't remember how to play that song. It's a great song, though. What are you guys talking about in the chat? You guys are completely ignoring me, aren't you? You're like, Pat's just rambling. Let's just talk about something else. Are you guys talking about, like, complete, utter nonsense? What are you guys doing? We are eating numbers? Oh, Jesus. You guys are funny. But yes, you know what's funny too is that I have guitar, music, and streaming as questions people can ask. But it's bizarre because nobody ever really talks about streaming. I think streaming is like a very important kind of topic. You know what I mean? Streaming is like very interesting, to me at least. I like how the chat's just kind of doing its own thing. Tenzo says, "What's your favorite flavor of color?" What do you guys? Oh, this is reading like a middle school chat room right now. I don't know if I want to do that, man. I'm not trying to talk about silly stuff. Ayla's like, "I'm the only one who's paying attention, Pat." All right, thank you, Ayla. I appreciate that. You don't have to pay attention. I'm just like, I appreciate it. Chris says, "I'm 37." Sure, buddy. Sure, right. Colton says, "What kind of pedals do you use for your mic?" I don't use a single pedal. Nothing. I got no pedals for the mic. The microphone, it's just, if you want to talk about it for a second, there's a EQ, which takes out all the lows. Here, I'll tell you what I got. I'll take everything off. This is what the microphone sounds like normally. This is without anything else. That's it. And then I have a multi-band compression, which kind of takes out some certain frequencies. I have an EQ. And then I raise it up with a pretty aggressive compressor. So that way, if I look away from the microphone, it doesn't really pick up anything else in the room. So it's all VSTs. I mean, they're all the stuff that came with the program, with the DAW. I guess you could say. But there, I mean, you could say you could use a pedal, you could use whatever you want. You could use a rack mount. It's just a EQ. You know, it's not like it's going to be too different from any other EQ. But yeah, it's basically just compression, and that's it. That's all you got. That's it. There's nothing special. So all the stuff that came with Ableton. I'm not fancy with that stuff. Ayla says, what's the point of bot accounts? I'll give you a great example of why bot accounts exist. I know somebody, I'm not going to say who they are, but I know somebody who used to post their stuff to Reddit. And the way Reddit works is that it goes off of an upvote system, just like any other system. You know, there's likes and dislikes. But what they would do is they would go on Reddit, they would post something, and they would pay a bot, or they would pay a service to upvote that so it would show up more. And it worked. It actually not only worked, but it worked very well. So if you wanted to see something, I'm not saying to do this because it's against their terms of service and it's bad and you shouldn't do it. It's manipulation. But it did work. So what would happen is the person would post like a video or a song, or they talk about, you know, whatever equipment they were using, just whatever. And they would pay for like 10 upvotes, 20 upvotes. And then all of a sudden people would start talking about it because they did, oh, somebody likes this, I'll check it out. Let me give you guys an example of why that works. Whenever you guys got friends, whenever somebody recommends a band to you or like a place to eat, they're like, oh man, did you go to In-N-Out Burger yesterday? And you're like, I've never been to In-N-Out Burger. Like, oh, you haven't been to In-N-Out, man? Dude, you got to go to In-N-Out Burger. You're going to trust your friend more than some random person, right? That's how it works. The idea is you trust people's opinion if you trust them. And if somebody recommends something, it's like, oh, why would they lie? Why would they lie about that? I'm gonna check it out. Happens all the time. Like in our chat, I've seen that someone will always say, well, Patrick, what's the best guitar to start with? And it's like, dude, you got to figure out what you like. And somebody will always say, I recommend this guitar. And then the person goes, oh, okay, cool, thanks. They have no idea who the person is. They don't even know why they're recommending it. They just take a random recommendation from somebody in the chat. Happens all the time. And it bothers me so much because I'm like, why are you taking advice from somebody you don't even know? They could be trolling you, or they could be completely biased. Makes no sense. So it's really weird how that works, man. And I get, like, you're probably like, well, Patrick, you're on the internet and you're giving advice. That's true. But you could also be like, well, how much experience do you have? 20 years of playing guitar, and I've had like 15 years of like working in guitar shops and stuff like that. So I know my way around like equipment. I know how to talk about it. I know what's got this, what's got that, and what you should recommend and what you should let people find out for themselves. So, but yeah, so having bots and stuff like that helps in a way if you're trying to break through. So I'll give you another example. I know somebody, well, I don't know them. I heard about this, I should say, from somebody. What they would do is they would pretend that their band was popular by, if you've ever played in a band or played music at a shop, or not a shop, at a venue, what they do is they give you tickets. They give you like 50 or 100 tickets. They go, hey, if your band is actually cool, here's tickets. You have to sell these ahead of time. If you don't sell these, you're not popular. You're not good enough. And we don't want you here. But you have to sell these tickets. They're like $5 each, $10 each, whatever. But you have to sell them. That way people find out about your band and they show up. So what they would do is they would just buy all the tickets because they wanted people to watch them, and they knew nobody would come to see them. But they would buy all the tickets. So they would spend like what, 5 times 100 is $500, right? It's a lot of money to play a show. It's a lot of money. That's a ton of money. But the bit is that you show up, and if the other band brought people, they would see your band. So, but if you're bad, you're going to be bad no matter what. But that's the benefit of like faking it till you make it. I'm not saying to do that. I actually don't recommend doing that. But there are advantages to it. There are reasons people do this stuff. A lot of people don't pay attention to new people. They just don't. You might be really talented, but my advice though is always to work on the music. It's always to work on whatever the art is, whatever the thing is. And then when you get out there, people will recognize it. I'll give you an example. My song, Featherweight, never played it live. Never got played once live. Never. But when I played it in front of people on stream, people loved it. People loved it immediately. It was like, there's no secret. Go play this song more often. And that's how you know if something's successful. Most of the time, a good thing doesn't stay a secret. People want the thing. So if you're thinking, oh, maybe it's just like diamond in the rough, blah, blah. No, most of the time it's either you're really good and people really like it or maybe not. So people tell you right away. So I have plenty of music that I played online or before. I just never showed people because I didn't know how to stream and stuff. Once I started playing on stream, it started getting more success. I'm not saying it was like overnight success, but it worked. And I'm very happy about it. Am I like, a millionaire? No, by no means. But do I pay my rent now with music? Absolutely. And I'm very happy about that. So if anybody's watching right now and you're like, Pat, what do you know about music? It's my effing job. So if you know somebody who's giving advice about music, but they're not making enough money to pay rent with it, just saying. Maybe not the best person to listen to. But again, it depends. It's a little bit. It's a lot of different avenues you got to make it work. So it's very, very complicated. But good things do not stay secrets for long. If you're doing something and it's not working, after a bit of time, I don't know how much time, but maybe it's best to move on and try something else. Does that make sense? Don't do what the other guy did. Don't do what this guy did on Social Blade. Do not just do something until it loses popularity and it starts to go down. You have to keep growing. You got to keep trying and make things work. Yamaha says, is your music inspired from any particular time in the past? Specifically time-wise? I mean, I write a lot about how I feel about certain topics and personal issues. But as far as like a time period, not necessarily. Not necessarily. Are you talking about like a genre, like the 70s or 80s or 90s or something? Or do you feel that your music is a base to inspire future artists? Oh, I don't know, man. That's an interesting question. But it's very hard to answer that one. I think a better way to put that is that I'm definitely inspired by a lot of different genres of music, a lot of different time periods, but it could be with one song. Maybe it's something people listen to in the future. I know that my first record took 5 years before people started noticing it. But then again, that's when I started streaming, so it's hard to tell. I don't know, man. It's very hard to answer that question. But I'll tell you this, it's finally getting teeth, so to speak. So it's finally getting something going. So I'm very happy about that. But I don't know if that answers your question because to be honest, I don't really understand it too well. So yeah, if you want to ask it a different way, maybe I'll be able to answer it for you. Oh, by the way, I got a question for you guys. For those of you who were at my show earlier, who heard the new songs? How do we feel about the new songs? You like them? Oh, Phil, exactly. Same wavelength. Phil says, how's the progress for the new songs coming for the other channel, for the main stuff? For the new album, the songs are coming along nicely. I'm very happy with them. As far as recording process goes, it's very hard to get time. It's very hard because like off the show, I do have other things that I have to do. But it's very hard to sit down and like spend an hour or two just recording. So when I do get to do that, it's like great. But acoustic recordings are very difficult because how I play without singing and playing changes. So if I just play the guitar, if I just sing, it's different. So I have to sing and play at the same time. It's very annoying. Dead says, why the new channel? Because I don't want to play music on this one. A lot of people ask me to play music on my main channel, and when I stop playing music, they get mad at me. They're like, shut up, shut your mouth, play music. So I decided to make a second channel so I could like talk to people without having music. So no requests. That's why it says sorry, no requests. So like I like to talk to people, I like to answer questions, but that way it doesn't get people upset. Because if somebody watches me on the other channel and they ask me questions, I go, nope, you got to go to the second channel. There's a talk show, and then there is a music show. There's also copyright things, too. So people can become members on this channel. if they want to. I can't do that on the main channel. So that's another thing. So there's Patrick Gnarly, and then there's Patrick Gnarly and Company. So you're the company I get to talk to, whereas Patrick Gnarly, the main channel, which I'm probably going to change the name to probably just Finals or something. So that way it's like clearly it's music. You know what I mean? Like clearly that's my band. So I might have to do that. I'm thinking about it. So I'm not sure though. But back to the original question, which was let me see here. Hold on. Let me go back to where I was. The process for the writing new music. I'm more focusing on getting things fully written and perfect, because I am changing little things to get it because I have to worry about how I'm going to play something over and over and over again. So if I'm completely satisfied with it, I don't want to record something and have it be like, all right, I don't like this one part anymore. I want it to be perfect. So yeah, so I want to make sure I get everything good. Yamaha says this is like a behind the scenes. Pretty much, dude. Pretty much. Colton says, do you play to a click or drum track when tracking? Yeah. It makes it much easier for editing. But for some things I don't, but for a grand majority I do. And I'll explain why. So if I'm playing the guitar part and I mess up on a part, I can just cut in and cut out instantly. Like, check this out. I'll pull something up for you guys. Actually, this might mess up the audio. So let me just save this real quick. I can't show you. Well, I could show you. Hold on. We'll show you. I can't talk if I do this, though, because like my microphone goes through this. So I'll be silent for a second. But let me do this for you guys. So if you guys want to see some behind-the-scenes stuff, I'll do that for you. Where am I? Ableton. Here we go. So this is what my Ableton looks like, if you guys want to see it. Just gonna whoosh. So this is the program I stare at all the time when I'm talking about music, I'm talking about guitars, things like that. It's pink and purple! Yes, it is. I think it looks sick. So let me see something here. So I'm gonna right there. And then I'll open up a thing for you guys so you can see it. So again, my audio is going to cut, and then I'm going to have to fix it. So give me a second here. Trying to make sure it doesn't mess up. I don't usually do this. So, well, let me see here. Open. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't do it. I actually can't do it. None of the files are on this computer. This is the new computer. I forgot. But what I can do is I can record something real quick. I can do that. So here, I'll show you something. I can record something real quick. So let me pull this away. You can't see that. Anyways, so I'll record something real quick so you can see how important it is. Hopefully this click is not super, super loud. Forgive me if it is. I'm sorry. But brace yourselves. This might be really loud. So ready? We're going to record something real quick so you can see how it works. Oh, I need to count in. Sorry. Hold on. 1 bar. We need something better than that. That's too slow. Let's go faster. Let's go to 128. Right? So if I got it recorded there, there's a thing right there that shows it. So if I screwed up in a part, I can just go in. Watch this. Watch this. Whoops. We need to turn that thing off. And then let's hope this is not too loud. Like I said, forgive me if it's too loud. So if I wanted to, if I screwed up that second part, what I can do is copy and paste it. Watch this. So I can just kind of paste it in there. Watch this. Watch this. So the idea is if it's on click, it doesn't matter. It's gonna sound the same. You know what I mean? I got a little bit earlier. There you go. See what I mean? So I can just keep playing that part. If it's on click, it's not going to be off time. So that's why you want to do a lot of stuff to click track, because it's really easy to cut it, move it, put it somewhere else. And what I can also do is I can duplicate this. Check this out. So if it's in, let's see here. I'll get a bass sound real quick. We'll write a song on the show. Amps, we'll get a bass amp. So we'll play along to it. I'll just get rid of this goofy part. There we go. Make it like that. And then I'll write a bass part for you. That way you can just cut it. We can chop it up. That sucks, but okay. So what's the bass sound like? Terrible. All right, let's make it sound like a bass. Real low. But notice that sounds bad. So what you can do is you can just chop it up. You know what I mean? It's all on the beat. So if you're messing around on something, trying to make it sound good, let's make it a little bit easier. Let's make it a little better of a beat. You know what I mean? Let's make it sound good. Screw this example stuff where I'm like, oh, I'll just write anything. Let's make something that sounds good. This is the power of writing everything yourself. We're writing a little. I'm trying to explain the importance of like a click track, why it's important. So we'll do like a. Oh, I turned off the click. Embarrassing. Let's try it one more time. Oh, I got a little off there. Sorry. But what I can do is I can cover it up. Check this out. So I can just paste over it. See what I mean? You can just copy right over it. It's on beat. And then we can do something on the bass. Just copy pasta, copy. And then we can paste that in. Make it sound more like a bass. Hold on. We'll make it sound fine. We need a better bass amp. Let's see how that sounds. You know, I think we need a neck pickup. That's what we need. Let's try that. There we go. We got a little funk thing going on, but again, it's like perfectly in time. So if you want to mess around with it, we'll go with eighth notes maybe. Let's do this. We'll go eighth notes or something, right? Let's copy paste it. Again, it's all on time. Perfect. That's why you want to use a click, because if this was off time, you couldn't do this. Let's try it again. That's why you use a click, so you can move stuff around. And then let's make it one note. Let's just do this one note the entire time. Right? We'll make it all one note. And again, it's all on time because it's chopped up right. Seems like there's a little bit of a delay. Yeah, so we can fix that. Go to the quantize thing, move that. Whoops. Move it right over there. Let's drag these in. Put these parts, it'll stretch it out. Let's try that. Move this away. There we go. There we go. So I moved it away. So now it should be like fuller note on time. But see how these don't match up, actually, now that I'm messing around with it? See how these are kind of messed up? That's why you got to play to a click. When you start messing stuff up, it starts messing up a little bit. Once you start getting off time, it kind of compounds. So, anyways, that's why it's important to use a click. Because if you're off time trying to move that stuff around by hand, it's just like, oh, it's a real pain. Like, I applaud anybody who used to use tape. Using tape back in the day must have been an absolute nightmare. Must have been an absolute nightmare. You must have been an actual wizard. Because there's no math involved. I mean, like, it's like, oh, I just move this over. That, you had to physically get the tape out, find the part, mark it, and then, like, cut it with tape. And if you messed up, it's gone. Like, you just ruined the actual tape recording. It's horrible. Horrible. But yeah, that's why I use a click, because everything is on time, and then you can just move stuff wherever you want it. There's no guessing. So it's pretty crazy. So CM says, who is the person in How Tall is the Sun cover art? I actually wrote an entire article on the Patreon about the cover art for How Tall is the Sun. So if you want to read about it, it's only $1, man. It's only $1. A lot of those questions I write in-depth articles about. It's like your own personal Rolling Stone magazine. It's all in there. But I'll tell you this much. There's a lot to talk about. So I'm going to go back to the original audio recording stuff. So give me a second. There we go. Yeah, there's a whole article I wrote about it. A whole bunch of information. I talk about how long it's been trying to be made. I talked about how there's a lot of symbolism. Talked about a lot of bands, a lot of band influences. Whole bunch of stuff, man. Even here's the other thing too. I have the prototype of the vinyl. This is the prototype. There's stuff wrong with this. So when I show people this, that's nice and all, but like this is not how it. Like there's little things on this record that are wrong. For example, this isn't one of the limited edition ones. The back cover is also a little bit different, so it's pretty interesting. Yeah, I talk about all that stuff. Oh, Lenny Kravitz is great too. He was a big Jimi Hendrix guy. I'm a big Kravitz guy. American. Oh, I can't sing. That's right. I always forget. I cannot sing on here. American woman. Isn't that crazy? I can't afford vinyl. So the fact that I sell vinyl is so funny. I can't afford vinyl. Like spending $60 to $100 on like a couple vinyls, impossible for me. I could never do that. I have to save up to do so much stuff, man. Like, for example, I was trying to justify, I had to get a second set of speakers because I have another computer in another room where because like this room's obviously hell. There's like so much stuff around here. There's like all these broken guitars and all my equipment and stuff. So I don't want to like hang out in here. You know what I mean? It's like getting off work and then staying at work. It's like, I don't want to do that. So I go to I have another computer in a different room where I'm like more relaxed. So it's a different atmosphere. If you work from home, like trust me, have a second room. Have a work office and then have a second room. It's so much better. Anybody work from home? Anybody work from home in here? Knott says, how do you warm up your vocals? I actually don't. I don't really typically warm up my vocals, but I do have to do one thing, which is anytime that I'm trying to do a show, I have to make sure I at least talk during that day, which sounds weird, but since I stream, that's my job. I don't really talk to a lot of people off the street because I'm at home alone. So it's like I can't. What am I going to talk to my fridge? I talk to my guitars, but I have to talk. I have to like at least have my voice used because if I don't use it, it like has to break in. But as long as I talk before the show, it's fine. So like I'll call somebody or I'll talk to somebody and things like that. But as far as warming up goes, I don't really do it. And sometimes I pay the price for that, I guess. But very often it's just like it's fine. Yeah, so I just talk before the shows. Isn't that weird? Isn't that a weird experience? Because if you don't talk to somebody, obviously, it's like how you gonna like if you don't use your voice, it's gonna like kind of rest and kind of just go into like a reserve mode. It's weird how that works. But I will say this too: I used to stream for like 4 to 6 hours a night or more. sometimes, and I would just absolutely toast my voice. It would get absolutely shredded. It's like really bad. So what'll happen is it'll just wear out, and I'll just start losing it the next day. It's pretty bad. Like tonight, I'm not gonna be able to go past probably 2 a.m. So I got another half an hour maybe on the show. So it's one of those things. Yeah, but there have definitely been shows where I just go for so long, it's just I can't. There's nothing left. Yeah. Have you guys ever seen like a diagram of vocal folds? Like seeing a picture of what they actually look like, not like a artist rendering. I'm talking like a real picture. What a person's vocal folds look like. It's wild looking. It's really gross. I'm not going to show it because it's probably going to get me banned. But yeah, if you want, look up vocal folds into Google Images sometime and like look up actual photography of it, and you're just going to go, "Whoa, that's in here." Ugh. It literally looks like an alien. It's so weird looking. Yeah, look up vocal folds, like pictures. It's really wild. I mean, it looks like a wound. Because it's it's like inside your throat. But once you look at that, you go, "That's where my voice is. That's my voice box." It's pretty wild. Yeah, I mean, if you ever look down your throat, if you ever look to see if you have strep throat or something, it's pretty wild looking. But doesn't that look like an alien, dude? That's in you. That's that's in your neck. It's gross, man. Yeah, it's pretty wild how that works. Yeah, and once you realize that's what your vocal fold is, you're like, oh, okay. So it can get tired. It can get kind of weird. It can get kind of messed up. You can scar it and things like that. So it's like, okay, that makes sense. Because if you think about when you go like a reed in like a clarinet or something, or a guitar chord, it's just a vibration, right? That's what's vibrating. It's interesting. That's brutal, man. Update, they are yucky. I just read that. But yeah, once you realize that that's what's making the sound, it's like, oh, okay. Yeah, we have a really cool, like the voice is the original instrument, right? What a fantastic understanding of like a guitar. The only reason this exists is because of human voice. Imagine if we were deaf, dude. Imagine if we were deaf. Like all humans just couldn't hear. It's crazy how that would completely change our society. There'd be no instruments. Car horns wouldn't be a thing. You know what I mean? It's so weird. It's absolutely a crazy experience. We are so reliant on that. On the fact we have that vocal fold. Because if you think about crickets and stuff, right? Crickets, they don't speak. They use like their legs to vibrate or whatever with their wings. Pretty crazy. Neanderthals. Is it Neanderthal or tall? I've heard people say Neanderthal, and I'm like, that don't look right. Also, I just found out just the other day, you guys know Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde? You guys want to hear something crazy? Apparently it's supposed to be pronounced Dr. Jekyll. It's like, shut up. Why'd you spell it like that? Psh, get out of here. Yeah, Dr. Jekyll. It's like, shut up, man. Yamaha says TH. I don't know, man. I've heard it go both ways. Kayla says, hey, guitar question is harder to relearn chords on electric or acoustic. Oh, does anybody want to try and answer that? Anybody want to try and answer? Because there's an easy answer for that. There's the long answer, and there's the short answer. What do you guys think? What's harder, acoustic or electric? I'll tell you the answer. I want to see what everybody else has to say real quick. Get everybody involved in something actually here. I'll give you the long and the short. Don't worry. I used to teach guitar for a couple of years. Don't worry. I taught a high school class for a little bit. Kayla says, my experience is electric is harder. Interesting. Cool Kayla says, acoustic because the action, maybe. Phil says, I like my acoustic, so I have bias. Zoe says, they were about the same for me, but they are different. CM says, I would want Pat to be my teacher. I used to give lessons, man. We used to give free lessons on the Patreon, too. If you'd have been here a year ago, you could have gotten lessons for being on the Patreon. And then I realized people just didn't care. Pretty crazy. People were like, you know how it is. It's like they want to learn guitar, but they don't want to actually learn it. They just want to hang out. They just wanted to hang out, which is fine, but it wasn't great. All right, so I will explain to you guys. You pay for lessons? Well, I hope you show up. All right, let me explain something to you. So the way that guitar works is for acoustic and electric, they are exactly the same if you want them to be. I will give you an example. So this is my acoustic, my Seagull. I really love this guitar. We're going to listen to it for just a second, so you can kind of... Right? Sounds like I'm not having a struggling moment, right? Another acoustic. A little bit of a lower tuning. So the reason I'm showing this is because these guitars are very different. This has much thicker strings on it, but it's tuned down just a little bit. It's a half step down, so it's a little bit easier to use these strings, but they are heavier strings. These are what, 12s? These are very heavy strings. That guitar has 9s on it. You can make your guitar, the other one I should say, you can make your guitar as easy as you want to play, but you have to set it up. I've said this many, many times on my show before. Now, if you're not going to set up your guitar, if you're just going to buy a guitar, take it out of the box or take it home from off the wall at the guitar shop, and you take it home and you put it in your house and you just start playing it, it's probably going to be difficult, more difficult than getting a guitar set up. Seagull. So let me explain this. When you get into your car and you're trying to drive, you have to get your seat adjusted for you, right? You know, you press the button. You know what I mean? Because you can't reach the pedals, right? Can't see over the steering wheel, right? Same thing with the guitar, dude. You got to make sure your guitar is set up for you. If you are trying to set your guitar up for somebody else, or if it's set up for somebody else already, you're not going to have a good time. It sucks. That's why a lot of people, when they get to a shop and they sit down, they go, wow, this plays so good. Wow, I'm a real guitar player now. It's like, what are you talking about? So you got to find something that works for you. So the question was, is guitar easier on acoustic than electric? Short answer is electric is easier because most electrics are designed to play as easy as possible. This is another thing, too. This is an anatomy lesson for you folks. A lot of people are shaped differently. So if your body is shaped differently than other people's, you're going to have a different time. Folks, ladies, seatbelts. Seatbelts are uncomfortable for you, aren't they? Right? That's the thing. You put a seatbelt on you, it's kind of uncomfortable. A lot of guys, not a big deal. Just because the way seatbelts are designed, they kind of tested them on men. They didn't really test them on women. So it just depends on your body shape too. So guitars, same thing. It's a boys' club. So a lot of guitars are very difficult to hold that are acoustic because if you look at it, it's flat, right? That's flat, baby. You got to be hugging that thing. This guitar, flat, right? Am I right? It's flat. This right here, flat. But what do we have here? We have good old Leo Fender. Check this out. What's this? What do we got here? A contour. Whoa. So this guitar, check this out. Look how, it hugs on me. Look at that. It's got a nice contour for my belly. Look at that. Oh, look at this. There's an arm contour. Whoosh. It's nice and smooth. It kind of hugs you back. Who'd have thought? So beautiful. Beautiful. William Lang comes in. What do you? Hey, I'm trying to give a lesson here. Anyways, I'll play a little bit of guitar for you. But, yeah, we're not doing any music requests, buddy. Thank you, though. I appreciate it. But, yeah, as far as guitar goes, If you're playing an electric, it's going to be by design more comfortable than an acoustic. However, you got to buy an amp, you got to buy something to plug it in. It's going to be a little bit louder for the most part. You got to get it set up anyway. So if you get an acoustic, get it set up. If you get an electric, got to get it set up. But right out of the box, right off the wall, having a guitar for like an electric, especially something with contours. That's why I always say you gotta sit down with it. You gotta play it. You might find something that's more comfortable than other. But oh my god, did you send 2 donations, William? What is happening? Hold on a second. All right, so let me read these real quick because you said play guitar, funny man. We'll play a little bit of guitar. Nothing, no full songs. We can't play songs on this channel. So, and I know for a fact somebody said, "Hey, no requests." Know for a fact. But let's read what this says. Yeah, and this is the second channel where I kind of talk. William says, "Hey, what's up, Patty Bojangles? I bought $20 worth of Bitcoin today, and I don't know whether I'm proud or I'm a dumbass." I mean, Bitcoin should be going up. It's kind of been up and down for a long time. It's been mostly up though. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't usually invest in non-usable assets. Like I like to invest in equipment, stuff like that. So I'll play a little bit of guitar for you, but I can't play any songs. I'm forbidden. Last time I tried to play a little bit of songs, I got a warning. So we'll play just some electric or something like that. So. Kayla fell for it. Fell for it, get it? There you go. A little bit of guitar for you, William. Yeah. Just a little bit. But yeah, I hope that answers your questions. Was it Kayla? You were the one who asked about that? I think it was. You said something about trying to get what's easier to learn on, electric or acoustic. The long answer is it's whatever you want. The more you're inspired to play something, the more you'll stick with it. The short answer is electric. So, yeah, that was it. Does that answer your question? Yeah, so there's no wrong answer. It's just there can be a wrong answer. Does that make sense? So if you want to make an acoustic play as good as an electric, you can. You absolutely can. It's very easy. This guitar is proof of that. If you want to make it difficult, you can. You get something with heavier strings that's designed to sound good, not feel as good. So, yeah. Ask me about Telecasters. I love Tellies. I love the design. I like them a lot, but I'm not comfortable with them. I'm just not comfortable with them. But a lot of people love them. There's a ton. Who's a Telecaster player in here? Anybody play guitar? Telecaster players? Some people swear by Tellies. I've bought like six Tellies over the years. I always think this is the one, and I'm like, nah, never mind. This one will surely be the one I keep. Nope. Something about Les Pauls, Strats, and Jags, man. They're all good. They're all good. I love them all. Kayla says Fender, or is that a Strat? Fender is the brand, like Ford is the car company. Mustang is the model, and Strat is the model. Stratocaster is the model. So it's just like brand, model, and then there's like series, like there's the classic player, there's the vintage reissue that tells you more about what Strat it is, because they're all slightly different. So if you think about it, like it's is it a talking about Mustangs, is it a GT350 Mustang or is it a EcoBoost? You know what I mean? Is it the small 4-cylinder? It's still really fast, but it's not a GT350. Halifax says, is there a Telly style bass? Oh yeah, dude, there is. They're not very popular, I will tell you that, but they do exist. Most people really like the J bass or the P bass. But, whoops, wrong one. Move this over to the Microsoft. There it is. Yeah, Telecaster bass. Doesn't really look like a Telecaster, but that's what it's supposed to be. There's a good example of a Telecaster bass, if you want to take a look at it. They're cool. Well, if you look at the headstock, you're like, oh yeah, Telecaster bass. But yeah, they're okay. A lot of people, they're not a lot of people like them, but they exist. If I was gonna play bass, I'll show you guys what bass I would play. Here, I'll show you what bass. I'll tell you what bass I would play. Let's see here. I would play the Fort Ord military base in California. That's where I used to live. Just kidding. I would not play bass under any circumstances. Just kidding. I would probably play, if I really, gun to my head, I would play a Rickenbacker 4001, 4003. Probably play one of these. Can I look at the dang old bass, please? Can I go to the website? Jeez. Microsoft Edge is terrible. Get out of my face. Can we get rid of this website, or that not website? Yeah, it's a very unique looking bass. There it is. Yeah, that bass is sick. I love that bass. It's pretty cool. Look at that thing. It looks like a literal axe. You know what I mean? Use Chrome, bro. I know I use Chrome. Here's the thing. If I go on Chrome, all of my information's on there. So I use Microsoft Edge because I don't actually use it. So like none of my email addresses will show up for the most part, hopefully. None of my passwords or whatever I typed in last. It's like nothing. It's just this is a blank canvas, baby. Yeah. Yeah, these are very expensive. I mean, to be fair though, it's pretty reasonable. It's a bass that's phenomenal. It'll last you the rest of your life. It's made in America, blah blah blah. Fantastic. Really good. And then you can get vintage ones too. DuckDuckGo says Cool Killer. Nah, I'm not. I'm gonna use what's already in here. Another bass that I would probably play if I had to play bass. If I had to play bass. God, that's such a difficult question. I really don't ever want to play bass again. Maybe Music Man. The one with the humbucker. Those are cool. The Sterling. Maybe one of these bad boys. I like these. These are cool. I don't like that color. Well, I can get the blue one maybe. These are pretty cool. I used to know somebody who had one of these. They're pretty good. The humbucker bass. Really thick sound. I like Music Man. I like Music Man. Kayla says, wow, 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 wow. Music Man makes some really good stuff. I really like Music Man. They have a Saber that I really enjoy, which is funny because Ibanez has a guitar called Saber. So hold on, let me look it up. Where's the Saber? Oh my God, look at this. Can you tell me you wouldn't buy this? Don't lie to me. Look at this thing. Look how beautiful this is. Look at that purple. Where's the blue one? Show me the blue one. I want the blue one. Is this the one that comes in blue? Damn you, internet. Where's the blue one? The green looks sick, too. Absolutely gorgeous. Show me the blue Saber. Spider-Man. Hold on, let me find this. Blue. I want the ocean. I want the ocean. Bring out the whole ocean. Tell them to bring out the whole ocean. What is that from? That's from that one guy. Here we go. I found it. Look at that thing. Look at that goddamn guitar. He slimed me. Isn't that just a beautiful guitar? Look at this. Don't lie to me. Not this model, but the color. Oh, absolutely gorgeous. DJ Khaled. Bring out the L Ocean. Bring out the DJ Khaled Ocean. Whoa. What is this? I've never seen this. But wow. Goddamn bass players. Look at what is this? That's a gorgeous color. Who is this? A jazz bass for the primetime players who want everything. Built for blue. When your record moves from funk, rock to slap-filled disco to ethereal pop grooves and electro-punk laws, no standard bass will do. What are you talking about? Versatile sound shaping for expensive money to disappearing. Oh, it would look better with a black pickguard, in my opinion. Well, maybe. The white looks good, too. Oh, this is a signature edition. Blue de Tiger. I've never heard of this person. But goddamn, that's a beautiful guitar. Bass. You know what I mean. Beautiful. Is it active? Oh, you would notice that, Cool Killa. You would notice that. Battery pack. That actually, I'd throw that away. Get that. It ruins the back. Can they make it look good? Yeah, can they make it clear or something? Good Lord. Have I heard of Rick Renstrom? No, I've never. Le Tigre? Shut up, Phil. Get out of here, Phil. You active guitar nerds. I need it to be perfect. I've never used active pickups on anything at home, but I will say this: I'm not against it. I'm really not. But yeah, get this out of here. This needs to go. Look how ugly that is. Here's my beautiful. Oh, it looks like somebody left tape on the back. Yeah. Pat hates our taste in things. No, I don't. I hate the execution of these things. My man. No, I think active pickups are probably cool. I actually typically don't do it because I don't like the idea of one. If the battery dies, I'm screwed. So I don't do that. Is it a matching headstock too? Oh my God! Oh, dude, the perfect bass. Dude, the perfect bass. Look at that thing. Oh, active on bass is good though. I agree with that. Look at that thing. Couldn't you somebody please make a Strat that looks like that? Did you guys know this? I didn't know this for a long time. Did you know this? This like cool Strat style. I shouldn't say Strat style. The P bass and the J bass came before the Strat. Did you know that? So the Strat came after the bass. The perfect design. So they basically just shrunk this down. They took this design, they shrunk it down to make a Strat. I didn't know that. Come on, man. I didn't know that. So basically a Strat is just a small P bass, if you think about it. If you really think about it, it's just a small P bass. It's pretty cool. Yeah, buddy. Man, I'll tell you what, I'm going to be making a video, or I already have it done. I just have to like edit it. But I made a video of like what equipment I'm going to buy next. So that'll be pretty exciting. So I'm pretty happy about that. Oh, the Sabre. Oh, the guitar neck. Give me that guitar. Please, God. I want one of those so bad. Look at that thing. It looks like the ocean. Can I please go to this guitar? Please, God. Blue Moonshine. Dude, look at that thing. It looks like it's made of candy. You should make a wish list, Pat. I do. I have one. I have a wish list. I literally made a video just like this where I'm looking at guitars and I'm pointing at them and I'm going, I like this. Here's why I like it. I made a video. And I have to redo it because I have to add that Jaguar. The Jaguar with the gold. Look at it. Look at the neck on these things. Look at the neck. Oh, wait, this isn't a flamed one? Get out of my face. I want the dang flamed neck. You better have a flamed neck or I'm going to be very upset. You're not paying $4,000 for a plank. You get out of here, Music Man. Look at the difference in these two colors, though. Look at this. Look at this. You can tell they do this by hand. Look how much darker this one is. Oh, look at this. Look at the horn. Look how much darker that is. Yeah, you gotta get a flame on the neck. If you're paying that much, dude, you gotta get a flame on the neck. Come on, man. Come on, Music Man. What are you doing? See, this one has a flame. See? You're paying for it. You want the flame. Let me get that Travis Scott neck. The flame. Come on, man. You're paying for it. Look, the other one didn't have a flame. Tell somebody. Look, there's a subtle flip. That's a big difference, dude. Hold on, let's look up a Les Pauls. You guys want to see why I kind of dunk on Gibson a lot? We're going to look at the flame tops on these bastards. Because I bought one, and I was like, there's no flame, dude. What is this? I was really upset. I was like, you got to be kidding me. All right, here we go. Let's look at this one. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about with a flame, see these like tiger stripes. If you just kind of look at it on its side, it kind of looks like a flame kind of dancing in the light. So check that out. Same price. Gorgeous. And then look at this one. Oops, almost no flame. What? What? Where's the... I paid for it. Some people like it to be a little plainer. Oh, there's some in the middle. Some in the middle. Not much, though. I bought one that was like no flame, and I was like, this is going back, dude. I paid extra. I paid extra for this. What you mean, no flame? See, these don't have flames on them. What the? These are like the grossest looking. Oh, the rosewood looks really good. Look at that rosewood. They call it rosewood because it's kind of red. Just so you guys know. If you get rosewood and it's like brown and nasty looking, not that it's like terrible, but you know, most rosewood's supposed to be kind of a red. So you're paying for it. If you're paying $32.99, you want the red and a little bit of the brown, man. Look at that. It's gorgeous. All right, let's look at another one. Let's look at another one real quick. Let's look at some more Les Pauls. Yeah, they don't take pictures for each model, which is like, what? I'm not a big Sweetwater guy. I don't hate them or anything like that. I do like them, but I don't really order from them because they don't have a lot of used stuff. But it is good to take pictures for this reason. Yeah, look at these terrible flames. Le Flame. Oops, all plain tops. Nothing wrong with a plain top, but if you're paying for it, dude, come on. Yeah, what's going on here, Chief? Look at this one. Hold on, we got to talk about this. Where's that one with the huge... Oh, that's not the picture. Okay. Yeah, look at this picture. You can see there's like a huge... Let's see if we can... Jarvis, can you enhance this? Jarvis, can we get a close-up on that? What is that huge streak? Ew. What is that? What's going on there, pal? Come on, Gibson. Whoops. Oh my God. Oh my God. I messed up. Okay, got to go back to Microsoft Edge. There it is. Yeah, what's going on here? Let's go to PRS real quick. Not a big PRS guy, but you got to give credit where credit's due. 10 top. Show me the cool flames. Here we go, folks. Okay, the difference is stunning. Again, $6,000, so about double the price, but look at that. Look at those ocean waves. We need a better color. Okay, there you go. There's a better flame on there. I wouldn't call this a 10 top, to be honest, but, you know, whatever. All right, here we go. A little bit better. A little bit better flame. Tiger stripes. You're paying for you want the tiger, let's get the stripes, you know what I mean? Come on, man. Let's get it better. Ooh, the red one's kind of cool. Check that out. Here's the thing, too. You guys are looking at this from a purely two-dimensional pattern. Let me show you something. We'll get a flame going because it moves. That's what's cool about it. That's why people pay extra money because it's like, yeah, no, I don't like the shape very much. It's fine. I don't hate it, but when you look at I'll make myself bigger. We're gonna zoom in a little bit. Jarvis, can we zoom in on this? Go on. There we go. So if you look, hold on, we'll get a light. See, it looks kind of plain. When we get the light, you'll actually see it kind of move. Come on, man. There we go. See it gets darker? There we go. See it? Watch it. It kind of, whoa! That's what you're paying for. You've got a holographic Charizard-looking thing in the guitar. That's what you need. Cool Killer says, quilted versus flame. Quilted guy? I like the flame, dude. Can we all agree that's a cool little effect that happens? That's what you're paying for. You can't see that in two-dimensional pictures. It's like, ooh, look at that. It just kind of goes away. Yeah, that's what you're paying for. It looks beautiful. Because it looks plain. Like some of the pictures, it like disappears. Like it's just half of it. It's like, pfft. That's what you're paying for, baby. Woo! Look at that. Cool looking. They call that chatoin. Woo! I'm going to smack my headstock off. That's what you're paying for, folks. A lot of companies, what they'll do is they'll get a guitar. I'll make this a little smaller. There we go. A lot of companies, what they'll do is they'll put a picture or like a veneer, and since it's not thick enough, it doesn't catch the light. So, yeah. So like for example, this one has a pretty back, which looks pretty crazy looking, but like doesn't do anything. It's like whatever, dude. So, and then you want to hear a dirty little secret too. I'll tell you something really quick too. This is pretty cool. Check this out. So this is Les Paul Custom, right? Pretty, whatever, gold, beautiful. It's all black, right? Typically, this is the rumor. Typically, you pay extra for these, right? These are very expensive, whatever. I didn't pay that much because I got mine used. But they typically give you the dogwood, like the bad wood, the one with all the knots and stuff, which makes these really heavy. So the reason they make this is supposedly the reason they make them all black or all solid colors is because if they didn't, you'd be like, that's hideous. So you don't want knots in the wood because it looks bad. It's distracting. So it's a little tip. If you're buying a Les Paul Custom, you're kind of getting supposedly a very ugly, very ugly top, but it still sounds good. This is, to be honest, these are all like, it just looks good. Does it actually affect the sound? Not really at all. Not really. No. Can we get one more? Oh, we need a Tim Anderson. Is it Tim Anderson? Or is it Armstrong? Is it Tim Anderson? Hold on, let me look this up. Well, there's a guy who makes the best. Hold on, we got to look this up. He makes the best tops. I've talked about this so many times. Oh my God, it's Anderson. Please, God, the most beautiful guitars ever made. I want one of these so bad. You don't understand. I would fight every single one of you in the chat. I would fight every single one of you with my bare hands. Come on, load, you bastard. These things, again, that flame, the flame on this thing, gargantuan. It would dance. Look at this thing. Oh my God, these things are so beautiful. Hold on. They're so beautiful. They are gorgeous. I want one so. Let's just go to the website. What am I doing? Let's just go to the dang old website. Anderson Guitar Works. Duh. Look at. God damn it. So beautiful. Please. Let's see here. Where's that beautiful one we just saw? Come on. Where's the beautiful flames? I sound like such a crazy person, dude. It's just yelling. Why are you yelling? Look at that thing! It looks radioactive! Come on! What is that? Look at that thing! Oh, it's so good. Yeah, I like the flame. Cool Kelly, you said you'd buy a quilt over that? That looks like a sewer from like some alien planet. God, it's so beautiful. Matching headstock. I would buy that in a heartbeat, dude. I don't even know how it plays. Because if you thought that the shimmering on the Les Paul was good looking, look at that thing. This dude's the best in the business. I'll say this every day. Anybody who says, what's the most beautiful guitar you've ever seen? This dude's. Anderson's good stuff. I mean, he's the paint wizard. Look at this. He's got a color change. Color changing is not like, I mean, a lot of stuff has color changing, but he just does it so damn. Look at that. Look at the lighting. It turns just from this like green to like a blue to a purple. That's kind of not a great shape, but come on, man. What was the green one? Oh, it's way too much. It's like 10 grand. You could buy a car. This is called the One Color We Could Not Conceal. What a crazy name. This thing's so... Oh, might even be 10. Might be more. These are all like the one-offs or whatever they are. I don't know. I don't know about much about this guy, but I just know he makes some of the best stuff. Look at this thing. It's got sandblasted, so each one of these like little lines looks cool. It's got the color change on it. Again, matching headstock like a genius. Oh. Space. Looks like a galaxy. Looks like the Galaxy Sword from what's it called? Stardew Valley. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Oh, come on. What is this thing? What is that? Who thinks of that? That thing is awesome. Come on, man. 2-bolt? I didn't know it was a 2-bolt. That's pretty neat. Oh, is that burned in? Dude, that's sick. Look at that thing. How would you do that? Oh, the competition Mustang? Oh, yeah, those are cool. I'll show you. That's another Fender one that's really cool. All right, let me pull that up. And then I got to get off of here. We're going to show one more guitar, and then I got to get off. Let's see here. What are we doing? How much are these? Oh, they're well into the, what, like 6-figure, 5 figures? Not 6, 5. I'm sure these are like $8,000, $10,000. I'm sure. Well, actually, you know what? Let's get a straight answer. Let's get a straight answer before I start talking out of my butt. Cosmic explosion into space. Doesn't say a price. I want to look up this one. This is the one that's just incredible. Apparently demanded to be revealed. Artist requests. What is this? The debut of an angel. Wow. He bought it. I hate you! Jason is now on tour in Japan. I know who to assassinate. Just kidding, YouTube. I'm not being serious. Just kidding. I'm not going to do it. Okay. How much? What's the price? Wait, how about this? We'll do it. We'll go to shop. Here we go. Dealer locator. Build your guitar. Online shop. Here we go. Oh. Pfft. Okay, we'll have to look this up. Anderson Guitars. I'll see if there's a dealer. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, here we go. Oh, that's not so bad. Okay, there's one that looks really, really good. This one's like $6,000, $550. Look at that thing. Wow, it's got a matching headstock with the pickups. That's cool. That's $5,000. Get out of town. Oh, it's got a Floyd Rose. Not a big Floyd Rose guy. Still cool. That's a damn good price. I was expecting $10,000, but then again, this is only a couple of them. So add to cart, yes please. And that's correct. You guys are thinking that's a little too much, probably, but you know what? And that color, don't lie to me. Let's go to Matt's Music. I don't know what this is. Oh, there's one. $6,000 for this one. This one's not as pretty. Cool. Not as pretty though. Can I go to shopping? Let's go to shopping. Oh, thank you for showing me a bunch of Fenders and Squires and stuff. Here we go. Angel. This one's $6,000. That's honestly. Let me counterpoint. Hold on. Let me make it make sense. Hold on. Let's make it make sense. If you look up Paul Custom, those are about $5,000-$6,000. Oh, they're 4 now. Really? 4? They were like 5 last year. Yeah, here's 4. This is 45. You get a plain. It's got some gold on it. It's kind of cool. Pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Here we go. Here's the custom shop. This one's got a green quilt top. Let's go to Sweetwater. This is more. This is more than what we just looked at. Very pretty green. Oh, it's brown and green. Okay. But it's more. Got the case. Is there another one? That's a regular. That's a Silver Burst. Aged. Antique Silver Burst. Cool. Is the back? Yep, the back looks cool. Same price. I don't know, man. Depending on how the Anderson plays, I'd probably get that over this. Because you can buy a used one. You can buy a used one of these for like $4,000. Silverburst's a badass. I like Silverburst. What else we got? How about orange? How about blue? How about red? How about white? Let's look at the Gibson Custom Shop real quick, and then I got to get off here. I'm dying. Can we get a good-looking one, please? How about we get a good-looking one? Come on, dog. Okay, this one's like $7,000. I don't know about that one, Chief. It's just kind of blue. Where's the flame? You like the blue? I like blue SGs, not for $6,000. No way. Oh, drums can look cool too. Let's go by price. Hold on. Let's F it up. Just F my S up. Here we go. High to low. Let's go. $100,000. $100,000. $20,000. That's as high as you go for a mandolin. Get out of here. Shut your mouth. Could we get something cool, please? Like, see what I mean though? These are kind of plain. It's like, okay, cool. Okay, this one's a little better. A little better. $8,000 though. $3,000 more than what we were just looking at. Yeah, see what I mean? Didn't you already do that? No, this is a totally different one. But it looks the same. Cherry Burst. Anti 7A quilt top. This is Cool Killer. Call your mom. There you go. All right, this is at least the best looking one. So, Cool Killer, this is all you, buddy. That's the best one so far, for sure. La Flame. Cool Killer, we grabbing this? I'll split it with you. You can have it on first and second week of the month. You know what's really funny? I always wanted to do that. I always wanted to buy a Mazda Miata, like a car, and split it with people and just drive around. It's $10,000 exactly. Folks, what would you rather have, that or this? Don't you lie to me. Come on! Look how beautiful that looks. Half the price. You can buy two of them. Keep one in the case. Come on, man. What one is $10,000? The red one that Cool Killer is going to buy for me. Just kidding. This one. It's gorgeous, but $10,000's a little rich for my blood. The blue one for sure. The blue one's good. Hold on, let's look up blue Les Paul. There's better Les Pauls out there, I'm sure. Come on. Last one. What do we got here? Flame top. Little flame. Oh, single pickup, $1,000. Oh, James Nichols. I talked to that guy on the internet once. He blew off my question. I got really upset. I asked him I was like, what, have you ever felt like giving up on music? Like you didn't want to play anymore? He didn't answer my question. I was like, fuck you. I didn't say that. I was like, well, I was hoping you could answer it differently. And then everybody was like, you just wanted to answer your own question. I was like, well, no, but I can't. CM says, can you look at this drum set? No, man, I'm going to get off. I was just talking about that. Also, drums are cool. Drums are sick, but I'm not going to. I'm sorry, dude. Anyways, I'm going to get off, you guys. I went 18 minutes over. I was going to go off at 2. Drummers, you already know your stuff looks cool. All right, everybody. I'm going to get off of here. Again, thank you guys so much for being here. If you enjoy the show, if you enjoy me kind of just rambling on about goofy stuff, I appreciate it. We had a good show today. So, again, everyone say thank you to Cool Killer, our co-host, who's a regular goofball, but the homie. But if you guys want to hang out with me tomorrow, there's not going to be a Pat Chat before the show. It's going to be after, maybe, depending on the time. So, again, thank you so much for being here. If you had a question answered, if you want to tell somebody about the show, whatever you want to do, stay gnarly, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I'll be back on tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Good night.